So already 9 years into it, from 1987 till 1996, I had to fix things. I then built a house for myself, had a car, I had formed a company. So I was working in the private sector, so I could afford the luxury of becoming part of Imran Khan and his dream. So like Mr. Maulvi said, there were initially 8 persons in the first Central Executive Committee, other than Imran Khan. 3 from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 3 from Punjab, and whenever the history is written, and 2 from Sindh. I became the first president of Karachi, and you should remember, the people from Pakistan, Karachi must remember that 1996 or the whole of 90s was the toughest period for Karachi. There was killing, there was everything going on here in Karachi, but we became part and decided and struggled for 22 years to ensure that this cosmopolitan city, which had provided leadership in the subcontinent and in the area, in the whole, area in the past, which was called the City of Lights, should come into the mainstream. Because mainstream means into the national stream of politics and the main political parties. Because in the past also, great people from Karachi were there, part of every political party. Our founder, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, was from Karachi, from a community of Karachi, and so we worked and worked and worked. Of course, 1997, we couldn't get a single seat. 2002, Khan Sahib just got 1 seat. 2008, the party boycotted, and the rest is history. 2013, we got 1 seat from Sindh. So, so there has been a struggle. There has been a dream, and we have been following it. In 2018, after 22 years, I got elected from District Central as a member of the National Assembly. And I must admit and say and thank Allah that the struggle paid off, and from District Central, from NA 256, I got double the votes of MQM. Remembering how this city was like. So I went in there and was, it was like a walkover, the way I was accepted by the community, by the people, because I spoke the same language, could relate to them, had the same batteries, and all my colleagues, MPs, and especially Mr. Najib Harun Sahab, a senior, most, I would say, PTI leader, because he was the founder of our party. I think the 5 founders, out of the 5 founders, he was one of them, if I'm not wrong. Najib Sahab, I'm too pleased to be here, and I'll thank Mr. Mustafa and Mr. I forgot the name, Mr. Farooqi, for inviting me and honoring me. I'm really pleased. I would say a little words on Karachi. We are in Karachi, I think, I would say, I'm a Karachiite pre-partition. My family is here pre-partition, before Pakistan was made. So we definitely would look whatever best we can do for Karachi. And the one thing which Qazi Sahib would, I would say, confirm, today we are standing here because of the dredging. Otherwise it used to be very difficult to stand here in the low tide because of the smell. So the Karachi Port Trust has dredged this to an extent that we get out of the smell, and now the water is coming and going into the sea. We are trying to do other small projects, especially in port, like we are putting up a bridge between East Wharf and West Wharf. We are putting up new terminals. PTI is trying their best for the development of this country. I would say there are always people who are saying that what's PTI doing. If you start counting, there are a lot of things which PTI has done, especially for Karachi. This government is the only government who has spent billions of rupees from Federal Reserve for Karachiites. If you can compare even with other, I would say, parties were there, but PTI has spent the most, like I would say, the BRT, which was started
by Nawaz Sharif, that's right, but we implemented, we financed it. Now we are working on the water projects, we are working on many other projects also. So hope, inshallah, we will try whatever we can do for Karachi, Sindh and Pakistan, because without the country, nothing is there. I hope this small issue which is going on will be solved within a few days, because the economy is being affected because of such things.
What a pleasure to see so many guests here, excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you this evening. The idea behind this get together was basically to introduce two icons of Karachi. The names are written here. Mr. Maulvi is already here. Mr. Najib Harun, unfortunately, because of the activities in Islamabad, was in Islamabad. He has landed, he is on the way, should be here any minute. These two gentlemen, the story goes, and especially about Mr. Najib Harun, he comes from a very modest background. He started his career as, I have some points written just because I want to go by. He became the president of PTI Karachi, which was a very strong position, considering the fact that that was a new political party in the offing in Karachi. Karachi, as you all must have known, is a city which is basically the engine, the driving force of the country, creating the revenues for the country. So this gentleman, with that enthusiasm and zeal, joined PTI in his formative stages to see what he can do. His background, he is now almost 64, 65, and basically supports the rule of law. He's patriotic to the core. His success is instrumental. He is an honest taxpayer, a parliamentarian, the topmost amongst the parliamentarians from Karachi who pays the tax. It runs into millions. I'm not going to give the figures which I have, but it is into millions that he's paying his tax. So that tells you about a gentleman, his background, his honesty of purpose,